better get that money.
Welcome back to Loving Life with Leslie, and today we have a twister for you. We have deep fried apple turnovers, y'all. And I know that sounds complicated, but it's not. So let's get started. But first, hit like, subscribe, and share because this is one you're definitely going to want to share. So let's talk a little bit about the ingredients, y'all. First, get your fire started on your stove. Get that heat boiling. I would say like a medium high. Let's get that going. For my ingredients today, for my recipe today, I'm using peanut oil. But it really doesn't matter what oil you choose. I know some people, it's a taste for them. For me, it doesn't matter. I like all types of oil, so it doesn't quite matter. But you're going to start with a little bit of flour, and the purpose of the flour is just simply to coat your platter so that way your pie crust does not stick when you're ready to start putting these things together. Your pie crust, you can make your own homemade crust, but why? Go to the store and buy, in the code section, a pie crust, any brand. All right, don't nobody got time for all that creating their own homemade dough, and they're going to gobble this up, trust me, in less than 5 minutes, all right? So who cares what type of brand crust? Now, I will tell you, if you want to make your own homemade crust, I will have a video showing you how to do that. If you just want to kind of punch it up a little bit, throw some powder on your nose, some flour on your nose, like you've been in that kitchen all day and working and slaving, if that's something you want to do, I got a video for you for that. But this ain't that video. This is you want to get in and get out, and you want these desserts done quickly. That's what we're doing today. Now, you're going to create your egg wash, just one cracked egg in the water. You're going to create your apple pie filling from a can. And this is another thing that you can do homemade. You can go through all that, cutting up your apples, baking your apples, softening your apples, putting in the butter, cinnamon, vanilla, all that. How about this? How about, nobody got time for all that. How about you go get you a 21-ounce can of apple pie filling. Get creative, grab you some strawberry pie filling or cherry filling or raspberry filling or blueberry filling and create you as many pies as you want. Who has time for all that? Now, if you want to get into that, I do a lot of apple cobblers and I can do that with you. But for this recipe, we're talking about speed and delicious, taste, flavorful, yummy, melt in your mouth, deep fried apple pie turnovers, okay? Now, I top it off with cinnamon and powdered sugar. So let's get all this stuff married in together so we can get it in that grease over there because I hear that grease popping and it's ready for me. Let's go. All right, you guys. So like I said, let's get your flour coating your pan. And you might hear my grease popping and calling me in the background, and that's exactly what you want to hear. You want that grease to be hot and ready for you, right? Okay, so go ahead and get your pie crust open. And when I hear that grease popping, that's my love language, y'all. Food. Food is my love language. That grease popping, waiting on me. I hear you. I hear you calling me, boo. I hear you calling me. All right, so this is a pie crust that comes with 2 rolls in a packet. I like to unroll one and cut it into 4. And then each one of your kids can have their own individual pie. Now, when it comes out, it's not something that necessarily has to be pretty. Like I said, you're just going to cut it in 4. Okay? So you have your 4 triangles. And these are going to make scrumptious, unbelievable pies. So I'm going to put a little water in my egg. Not a lot. I'm going to use this like a glue. And all this is really going to do is kind of like seal. Okay, so now that you have it cut in fours, this is the part. You're going to take your egg wash, and I just like to seal all four sides here. I'm sorry, all three sides here, because I chose triangles for this one. And you can actually cut any way you want. Now, I'm taking my apple pie filling, and I'm going to put just a spoonful. Let's try another half of a spoonful. Okay? Now, when you put that to the side, just take your little bit of cinnamon. And is it just me? Or do you love the smell of cinnamon? I know I personally love it. It reminds me of Christmas time, holiday. I just absolutely love it. So, you just take one end, you kind of put it in, and it's okay if it's spilling out a little bit. That's what it's going to do. It's stuffed. There's nothing worse than biting into one of these type of fillings and you're just biting crust. You want every bite to be full of that nice fruit. Now, I also like to take a fork and just put little sealing creases in it. And to me, it does not have to be a perfect triangle. I think that's the part of it being homemade that makes it look so pretty. And you're just going to set it aside. Now, the reason why you're going to just set this aside is this cooks fast, y'all. This is something that once you put in the fire, it's not like you can walk away, go use the bathroom, wash your hands, talk to the kids. You shouldn't be using the bathroom anyway while you're cooking, okay? But this is not something you can walk away from. Once it gets down in that fire, you got to stay on top of it. Maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes at the tops, you know, that's going to come out. And again, just a little shaky, shaky. Can you tell like a lot? If you couldn't tell like a lot, here in my hometown, we like everything big. Everything. But again, like I said, you can make it as stuffed, light, however you want to make it. This is just homemade, y'all. It may not be super pretty, and that's okay. But man, when you bite it, you serve this with some nice ice cream, like a vanilla bean ice cream or some sort of vanilla, French vanilla type of ice cream. You make you some homemade cream, like a whipped cream type. Oh, now, of course, if you're going to be quick about it, just buy you, of course, some cream already made. But, oh, I have a recipe for you on some delicious homemade whipped cream that would taste phenomenal with this. And I personally, here to tell you, this is something that once you take your first bite, you get so mad when they go. You ever tried to hold on to that last bite because it's the best bite? Yeah, that's this kind of a dish. And when you see it kind of like coming out, that's double stuffed. Now when you see that flaky crust coming up, floating to the top, that's letting you know it's almost ready. And we're definitely getting to this point. You see what I mean by you really cannot walk away from this. You really have to be like right there the entire time. And look at that. They're finished. I just topped it off with a little bit of this powdered sugar. Put a little bit of the cinnamon. And then I have some cream ready to serve with it. This, you guys, look at this flaky goodness. You see this flakiness? This is why I like the pie crust, because oh my God, it's just so delicious. And I really am tempted to just dig in here. I did. But this, you guys, quick, easy, simple recipe. Again, you can do a variety of the pie filling fruit, and everyone will be happy chewing into this. You want to talk about a state fair type delicious dish? Oh, that's what this is. I want to thank you all for coming to my channel to see this wonderful deep fried apple turnover. I want you to comment below and let me know what pie filling you chose, and tell me how your family reacted to this recipe. You have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your time, and it was my pleasure inviting you in my kitchen. Have a good one. Bye-bye.